Once upon a time, many moons and Tuesdays ago, there lived an old hag, and her name was Ceridwen. Now, Ceridwen had a curse, and the curse was her son. For her son, Avagdhi, was terribly ugly. And not only was he ugly, but he was stupid. Now Ceridwen knew she had to do something about this, otherwise he'd never leave her home. So, because like most old hags, she was also a witch, she consulted her book of spells. And in it, she found a recipe for a potion that could fill Avagdhi with all the wisdom in the world if he were to drink it. So, she left him behind and went off and gathered up eye of newt and henbane and the claw of a rock badger and some devil's weed. And she placed it all in her cauldron along with 2 tablespoons of baking powder. And she stirred it herself to begin with and then grew weary. So passed the task on to her servant, whose name was Gwionbach. And Gwionbach tended the potion night, and he tended it day. Very carefully, I must say. But then, one day, a drop of the potion that had been intended for Avagdhi fell onto Gwionbach's finger. And, as you do, he put his finger into his mouth to cool it. But, in that one drop of potion, there was all of the wisdom. And everything left in the cauldron was now deadliest poison. And so the cauldron fell and cracked. And Gwionbach, now imbued with all the wisdom in the world, he learned that Ceridwen meant to kill him. So he turned into a hare and ran away. But Ceridwen, wily Ceridwen, she turned herself into a dog and gave chase after him. And he was growing tired of being a hare, and he leapt into a pool and became a fish, so that he might escape from this wily old witch. And she, not to be so easily outdone, turned into a crocodile to chase him further on. And he thought he could go on no more. But he went up into the air, soaring, and became a dove. And Ceridwen, the cauldron maker, she leapt up from the water and became an eagle to chase him. And he, Gwionbach the dove, was growing so weary. He thought he could go on no more. He had one last hope. He saw a mound of corn on the ground, and he flew down and turned himself into a single grain in that mound. And Ceridwen, she leapt down too and turned herself into a hen and pecked at all the grains in the mound until she found the one that was Gwionbach, and she gobbled it up. And in her belly, that grain became a child. And so, 9 months later, she gave birth to a baby. And although the baby was still Gwionbach, and she had meant to kill him, he was too beautiful. So, instead of killing him, she cast him out into the sea. And he sailed away, in and out of weeks, and almost over a year, to the land where a young prince was out fishing, and he picked up the baby. He was looking for trout, but a baby would do, and he carried him back to the castle where his father, the king, was waiting. And he said, "Son, did you catch any fish today?" And the prince said, No, father, I have not caught any fish. I have caught me a poet." And with that, the baby turned bright gold, and up he spoke, saying, "I am Taliesin. I sing perfect metre which will last till the world's end. I know why an echo answers again, why liver is bloody, why breath is black, and why silver shines. I know why a woman loves a man, why milk is white and holly green, ale bitter and ocean brine. How many spears make a confrontation, how many drops a shower of rain. I know why there are scales on fish and black feet on swans. I have been a blue salmon, a dog, a stag, a roebuck on the mountain, a stock, a spade, an axe in the hand, a buck, a bull, a stallion. Upon a hill I was grown as grain, reaped and in the oven thrown. Out of that roasting I fell to the ground, pecked up and swallowed by the black hen. In her crop 9 nights lain. I have been dead, I have been alive. I am Taliesin. And that is the end for now, or for a little while at least.